What is good, everybody? This is SHINJIITSU 369 hitting y'all with a Dokkan video. I'm looking forward to discussing today the potential system build for the new to global Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta and Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Very excited to run through this. Hopefully you find enjoyment and you find this to be helpful. Let's jump right in by starting by talking about exactly what they do, right? We all know by now, I'm sure over on Global, you've had the opportunity to summon for this guy as much as you've wanted to, and you probably are still summoning, trying to pick up some dupes. I do not blame you. In their base form, obviously, they just stack attack with their super attack, and they can dodge in the last slot, but that's besides the point. Once they transform after the 4th turn, right, they're raising attack and defense by 7% with every attack. Then in their super attack, 12 key super, raising attack and defense. And then on their 18 key super, they raise defense, right? So very, very, very good units, very impressive. Now, how you want to build them, in my opinion, additional attack. I know that critical is just as good, but remember, they are getting 10% natural chance to perform a critical hit. That's meaning this 5% chance, or this 5 crit right here, that is going to equate to a 10% chance to crit naturally. So just by giving them an extra 6, they'll have a 22% chance to make a critical hit, and he gets no additional super naturally. So I highly suggest you go 30% chance to perform a super attack. We just discussed they raise attack and defense on 12 key super. You want him to have the highest attack stat possible. Remember, Gogeta is super effective on all types in Super Saiyan Blue. So just like any other game, super effective. Think of it like 2 times damage. He doesn't care if you're AGL or physical, he's doing 2 times damage. He's super effective on all types. So keep that in mind. You want him to get as many attacks as possible so he can ramp up the damage as quickly as possible. And you want him to build up to those 11 attacks and his full potential as soon as possible. And the way you're going to do that is with equipment and with 30% chance to do an additional super. Now, once I get the STR equipment for additional super, I'll probably give that to him and not the critical. I want him to have a little bit more to additional, and that's kind of what I'm thinking for this Gogeta. Highly suggest going additional super. Don't forget, they can active skill in the 4th slot, and after active skilling, you can put them in the 1st slot. Not only will they retain their chance to dodge, he'll also get his automatic guaranteed additional super attack, which means in that 1st slot, Gogeta has a chance to get 4 super attacks, which is so many attacks in one turn. An active skill and 4 attacks, it's ridiculous. He's attacking all over the place, even at 79%. He is incredible. Once again, reiterate, invest in additional super attack. I cannot stress it enough. Critical is good too. I can understand why you would want crit, but he's already super effective on all types, doing crazy damage. I gave him a little bit of dodge just because I figured why not, right? This blast, in case you don't know, makes his super attack power stronger. I could actually give him a 5 attack, right? And since you do have equipment over there on Global now, you know, you'll be able to fool with the equipment and play with it as well. But I opted for defense just so he has a little bit more defense in base form. They're not the greatest defensively in base form on harder events, aka Super Battle Road and Fighting Legend, even Infinite Dragon Ball History, depending on the stage. They're not great in their base form defensively. They do need to transform to become the best units in the game. But once they transform after that 4th turn, they're absolutely godlike, and they're worth dupes. If you only pick up 1 dupe, I would suggest you open this bottom right path and you go ahead and give him 9 additional and the least amount of criticals you can, which just will equate to 3, which will give you 9 and 8, which will equate to an 18% chance and a 16% chance to perform a critical and additional respectively. But either way, that's what I would suggest for Gogeta. Very good, and I enjoyed that unit a lot. Let's go ahead and move on to Vegito-sama. Still, I think my favorite unit. Very, very good, and he works the exact same way as Gogeta, except he is not super effective on all types. But what he does get in exchange is a chance, or sorry, not a chance, he gets an automatic additional super attack whenever he attacks. So if he even doesn't get his 1st attack, if you don't get enough ki, even though he is giving himself ki before he attacks, right? If you don't get enough ki, he will get an automatic 12 key super. And if you invest properly, he can get another attack, which is very important for Vegito. You want him to raise his defense. Now, Vegito is very good, and I do understand wanting to give this Vegito a lot of crit. I do not suggest going 20 critical. I just don't think that's smart, right? I think it is smart to invest a lot in critical, right? So I was able to obtain this critical / attack node from Extreme Super Battle Road, which is free. You are able to obtain that. I think it is worth it to put this on the LR Fusions if you're able to pick up a couple of dupes, right? So that's what I chose for him, which is giving him a 28% chance to crit and a 32% chance to pull off an additional super. I gave him a little bit of equipment, as you can tell. I think that's the best way to build him. You want him, just like Gogeta, to get to his max potential as soon as possible. But furthermore, with Vegito, you know, in Fighting Legend against Int UI Goku, he is going to take damage, and he's not going to do a lot of damage if he's not doing critical hits. So it is kind of important that he has critical hits. Luckily, he does have 5 crit naturally, what will equate to 10%. So even if you only have him at 55%, he still has that chance, right? And you do have equipment that you may be able to put on him, because he does need it against those type of hard bosses. But at every other unit in the game, even if he's not critting, he's doing incredible damage. He's going to be upwards of 5 million on most of his teams in his most built up state. He is very, very impressive at 79%. I don't care about getting the other dupes. I'm going to let those come naturally to me. I did notice you guys are enjoying the older video of comparing 79% Vegito to Rainbow Vegito. When I made that video, I was very new to YouTube and content creating, so a little bit older, but I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. You seem to at least be, so thank you for that. I did make a Gogeta video already. That's a little bit more recent in my new, kind of more updated format. But if any of you actually would like me to revisit Vegito and do an updated video of a comparison, or just kind of running through them and my strategies on playing with them and rotations on global, feel free to let me know. I would love to hear that feedback, and I will, you know, actually work hard and make those videos if that's something that you all would want to see. But besides that, that's kind of how I feel about the potential system. So hopefully this was helpful to you. Just to reiterate, if you just want to like a quick, concise view, I'll even put timestamps. If you made it this far, I'll put timestamps so you can jump around and go from there. But for Gogeta, I would highly suggest for both of them, to be completely honest, go additional super. I understand wanting to go crit, but you want them to have their max potential as quickly as possible, and you want them to dish out that crazy damage and build their own defense. So additional for Gogeta, additional for Vegito. If you're going to give one of them more crit than the other, I would say give Vegito more crit. So like if you want to give him 11 additional and more critical, I understand that. But I do suggest, no matter what, give Gogeta more additional. He's already super effective on all types in blue, so I do think that that's worth it. We have some other things coming soon, you guys. Just a little bit of a preview. I was able to somehow, right, pick up a crazy unit, right? My first summon on the LR Jiren banner, I actually was able to pick up LR Jiren. So it was kind of crazy to me. I was not expecting that at all. I mean, I don't even know if I already skipped over this, man. I was not expecting that at all. Like, I kind of was expecting something like it, because I was like, I don't even care about Jiren. I spent 1,500 stones on the LR bros and only got 1 copy, so I was like, of course. But of course, LR Jiren came through, so I'm still awakening him. The Universal Survival Arc team is completely busted now. Either way, I'm looking forward to doing showcases or kind of just running through with them. If you're looking forward to that, let me know. Don't want to make this video too long. Thank you for all your support. I hope you found this at the very least informative and helpful. If you have any questions or better suggestions, or you know, anything to suggest or any comments, let me know down below. I love to hear what you have to think, and I look forward to talking to you all soon.